welcome to GFR Spotlight. My name is Peter.
And my name is Andrea.
And we're going to talk about this lady's life of how much she likes to eat salsa.
No, eat Peter, dance salsa.
Oh, this is awkward. Welcome back to GFR Spotlight. Today we are spotlighting an amazing lady with a great, amazing life. Her name is going to probably come out Italian, but she's definitely not Italian. Andrea and not Italian at all, but that's just my pronunciation. So how are you doing today?
Very good. I know the R's are hard to pronounce,
Yes.
but yes, Zarralde, you did it perfect.
I will take it. So what we're going to do is I want to start to dive into your career and your life because I can see right behind you it looks like a couple Emmys. You've done a lot of great things for your life, and hopefully in this interview we'll get to hear about your life, and maybe somebody growing up will use this interview as a little bit of inspiration. How does that sound?
Absolutely good. Thanks for this opportunity.
Well, thank you for taking your time to be here with a humble young guy like me. So, starting off, why don't you tell the audience, who are you?
I'm from Colombia.
Mm-hmm.
I came to the United States 20 years ago already. And as many of immigrants, I have to start doing so many jobs. I work in a restaurant, I work in a coffee shop, I was a waitress, a bartender, trying, to survive in the country. But I was lucky because at the other corner of the restaurant, it was Telemundo, Washington.
Oh.
So I just knocked the door and I was like, excuse me, my major in Colombia is journalism and I just want to work here for free. I want to learn. And this is how I started into my career in this country.
Wow. So you took the initiative.
Exactly. And I believe this country gives you that. If you knock doors and you work hard, it's an opportunity here for you. So I think I'm a proof of that because I really, literally knocked the door. And yes, 10 years in Telemundo. Also, for 15 years still I do have a TV show, a weekly TV show, to teach the Latino community different aspects, how to navigate the system, how to live better in this country.
So how'd you climb up the ladder from there? So you knocked on the door. What did you do next?
Just always looking for opportunities. I started doing an entertainment show, and then I wanted to be a more serious reporter.
Yes.
So trying to vision in my career. So I did that. I was a TV anchor as well, a TV producer, and then I had kids. So everything changed because
juggling things.
Yes, being a news reporter producer is crazy hours until midnight sometimes. Breaking news, you never know what time it's gonna end. So I kind of lived that news aspect of it, and I started more doing storytelling, but always as your to answer your question is trying to see what's next, what an opportunity fits in this particular moment for me and my family. So that's how it happened.
In the middle of your career, one thing we always want to talk about for our audience is tough decisions. With that, what was a particular hard decision crossroad that you had to make in your life, and what direction did you go?
Absolutely, when I found out I was pregnant. Because, as I said before, this career in particular is very difficult with family. Schedules are crazy when you have to cover some special stories. Like, I had to cover the conventions for Republican, Democratic, and this, you don't sleep. And having a little baby in this country where you don't have any family that can help you out is difficult. So at that moment, I was working with the government in Voice of America. So I was producing the newscast for Latin America, more than 33 million viewers. So it was amazing moment in my career. But I was having a baby, so that was I had to make a difficult decision. And I was fortunate that I took like a break. Stay with my baby, stay with my family, keep doing the Telemundo TV show to educate Latinos because it's always been my passion. So now I'm back on track, doing more things. That's how I start producing more stuff. But that was back then, 9 years ago. One of the most difficult decisions if what I'm gonna do if I just keep going. I'm pretty much not seeing my baby, but that was very tough to decide.
So you were talking about the different shows that you posted. So what are the different shows that you've done during your career?
Everything, the shows that I do is to get the Latino community to give them information. So with Telemundo, it's one. Right now, I'm doing so many different things, but one of the things that I've been doing for 15 years is the one at Telemundo. It's a weekly show. The other one is I produce newscasts and shows, and I have a podcast as well with Montgomery Community Media. So that's another one to target the Latino community in that particular county. So that's another thing I do. So pretty much in this area, I'm focusing this DNB area to target Latinos and teach them things and give them information. So it's one particular show, but many different stories every day.
You love being a journalist. You love working on your career and doing your career, and you get to help the Latino and Latina community. So it's like you definitely get to kill two birds with one stone. And it sounds like you live a very rewarding career overall.
I do, and I feel that lack of information is a big issue in the Latino community. So I think I have a big part of responsibility in that aspect, because my mission within the cameras and what I do in different platforms is to inform them and educate them to have a better life.
That sounds very noble.
That's my passion, and I love to do it every day, really, for my community.
And I can see that looking around, I can see some of your success that you've done pretty well with that. So if it's okay with you, would you like to talk about, I can see 3 Emmys. Would you like to show it off, your Emmys, and how did it feel when you got it?
Sure. Well, it is... I cannot even believe it. Still, we wanted those last year. Is in pieces that we worked on 2019, right before the pandemic.
Yeah.
So it was different times.
Different world.
But one of the Emmys is because I'm executive producer of the American TV show that is in Spanish as well and broadcast on Telemundo.
Doctor, yes, I want to hear more about that.
So I work with doctors, and what they want to do is to educate Latinos again, but in a health aspect of it, like different issues, because Latinos, unfortunately, they have the worst rates based on diabetes and so many. So they didn't have a clue about how to produce a TV show.
Yes.
So that I came on board and I said to them, it was the first year on the air, and I said, well, let's apply for an Emmy. I think we can submit a particular piece that it talk about TK2 disease. It's a rare disease.
Okay.
And it was a very inspirational story, and we won the Emmy. So of course, yes, it was great for the family who was, helping us to build the story, and for the doctors with this idea of having a TV show for the Latino community. And the other 2 we won with Montgomery Community Media. And both of them also inspirational stories. One is about the kids that they don't have any hope to be adopted because of their age.
Oh yeah, the older kids.
Older kids. So they're in Latin America, but they have to come to this country to meet a family and have a hope to be adopted. And 95% they go through the system and they're adopted.
Well, that I did not know they had to go travel all that distance and could get rejected. Wow.
Yes, and they spend 5 weeks here during the summer. So we attend one of these meetings with foster families and the kids. And we had the chance to talk to the kids that were adopted, the ones that are waiting to be adopted. So was another Emmy winner piece.
What was on the show? What was like the oldest kid that got adopted? The kid must have been like, how old was some of the kids?
12, 13, 14, some teenagers. Yes.
Wow.
So when I had the opportunity to talk to one of them, he said to me, when I came into this country, it was the first time I went to the dentist. I never had that opportunity back in my country, in South America.
Yeah.
And the other one was like, I was on the streets pretty much, and now I want to be a doctor here and an FBI agent. So we have the opportunity to tell those stories, which are, very inspirational for others. So that was another one who won the Emmy. And the last one was the Teacher of the Year in Maryland. Also the first one to go to university from his generation.
First generation
going to university, and now she's helping the Latino kids to go through high school, but also to continue their careers. So we talked to her about winning that prize, and that was another story. So that's pretty much the pieces that we had the chance to talk about and the one dance.
And maybe hopefully next year you may have a chance to get another one or two in the future.
Yes, we have some submissions, so fingers crossed, we'll see. And pretty much it's about the same. It's the storytelling, we get with the Latino community and says you have a story to tell. It is important for others to know what you're doing, know your story, so they learn things. So that's what we're working on.
Well, let's continue down that storytelling path. There's a lot of people who want to, let's say, tell a story like what we're telling right now. And what would you say to young storytellers out there?
First of all, I would say one of the keys is let the person that you are interviewing to tell whatever they want to say.
I hope I'm doing that.
Yes, you are. But not having like a scripted lines, be more like a conversation. Be compassionate about what the people is telling. Listen. And I think that's one of the most important keys that when you are a storyteller. Listen, open your eyes and your ears of what people are saying, and be compassionate. I think that's so important because you are the same level as that person. And if they can see and feel that, they just open their heart to you.
You told us a lot about your career, but there are other aspects besides your Emmy-winning career. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your Emmy-winning family?
Oh, I'm more busier with that aspect than I'm, a professional career. I have two amazing girls. One is 8 and the other one is 6 years old, bilingual.
Yes.
And for me, it's so important that they speak the language. So since they were little babies, I'm trying to keep the Spanish into the family, and so I'm very proud of them. They're doing fantastic. They switch like that. Little kids are so good with switching languages.
Sorry, I want to interrupt about that because I know a lot of people try to teach their kids a second language, and it can be challenging. Like, what was your guys' success on having your girls learn a second language?
Well, I knew as a fact that they were going to speak English. We are in this country, school, friends, neighbors, all that. So for me, my kid was like just me. And in the family, speak out my language all the time, Spanish. And for little kids, when they start that young, I don't think it's difficult. I think it's better for the brain and open more, opportunities and all that. So my advice to parents that they probably hesitate how we're going to include another language in our family, I think don't worry about it. Kids will get it right away and they can switch. And that, I think it's better for them to start little when they're little babies because they're going to have probably also the chance to learn even more languages in the future. So, yeah, it wasn't a problem at all.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to try to continue using that with my 2 kids. So, okay, so continue on. So, tell us a little bit more about your husband and your family dynamics.
Well, my husband is a soccer coach, so my little girls play soccer, of course.
Yes.
But we are very fortunate to have an amazing soccer environment in the area. My girls love it. They play, they enjoy, they have kids. We are building also another community there with the parents and the kids. They love to go to practices and participate in the games, and I can see how important it is for them to be part of that community, sports community, because it's giving them responsibilities and they have fun, which is for me is the most important thing, that they're having fun with the sports. So having a soccer coach as a dad, I don't think they're gonna be a ballet ballerina.
No.
But I'm glad that they are doing the sports, they loving it, and I love it too.
So you help make a lot of TV shows. What, however, is a TV show that you like to watch? TV show or movies that you're a fan of?
Well, there's one particular movie that I love, and it's called Joy, and it's about a woman, a single mom.
That's one with Jennifer Lawrence, correct?
Yes,
okay.
And she wanted to be an entrepreneur. So many obstacles on her way, so many closed doors on her face, but she never gave up, never.
Oh yes, because from what you tell me, you can clearly apply that to your life.
Absolutely, yeah.
Joy, you're full of joy. So please be full of joy and tell us one fun fact about yourself.
I love to dance salsa.
Ooh.
Being from Colombia.
I only eat salsa, but...
Yeah, I know, not that one, but dancing. But
I know,
the fact is that when I have to do chores around the house,
yes,
cleaning the dishes, I'm dancing salsa, breakfast with salsa, and I do it like right away. So I love it. I love to, I love music, but music from my country gives me, takes me back to my family, my country, my roots. So over here, you cannot even say, my little girls are the same. They know if I'm a little down, Mommy, let's dance salsa. So yes, that's my thing.
And I've seen your house of how clean it is, so you must be doing a lot of salsa. That salsa, like you're breaking the radio from all the salsa you're doing.
I really like it. Driving, it doesn't have to be doing chores, but driving as well. I really like to dance and feel the music.
With all the different things out there, you came from Colombia and started with a knock on the door in the United States, and you made your way up. So what I like to ask is for all the little girls out there, especially little Latina girls, what words of advice would you like to give all the females out there?
That phrase, this is the land of opportunity, is true. If you are disciplined, and you have passion, and you put love first. I want to say to these little Latina girls, that probably they were born in this country, but their parents are immigrants. Or maybe they just came into this country and they're trying to adapt into the system, both of them. There's many opportunities here. Always be proud of being Latina or have Latino parents. Always have that in front of you. Have two roots, like I feel American as well. I've been living in this country for 20 years. I'm a citizen, I have my years here. But at the same time, and I know I'm still learning English, I have a strong accent and all that, but I don't mind because I'm proud as well of being Latina and have my roots over there. So never be shy or ashamed of your roots, of your heritage, and always knock doors. Never be shy to say, I want an opportunity. You will get it.
And to continue on with that fact, so the final question I want to ask you is, you are a woman who has many great interests and passions in your life. And so with that, maybe outside of your work, outside of your career, what do you consider a great passion in your life? What's something that drives you, gets you working every single day?
I cannot detach that from my work because it's part of my work. The good thing, I'm lucky because I don't feel like as work or a job. But definitely my passion wherever I go is to give the Latino community, because I know them very well for 20 years, is to give them better opportunities. When I talk about my passions, I cannot mention my work, which I'm lucky now saying that I don't feel like it's a work or a job. It's part of who I am, what I do, because wherever I go, wherever I see Latino families, I want them to have a better life. I want them to get involved in sports, for example. Young kids, if they go and be a part of the sports community, I'm sure they will have better opportunities and they will, be out of the streets and problems. Or go to school, to keep going, go to university. Parents, you can still learn English. It doesn't matter how old are you. Things like that. So it's not, my passion is to educate them and give them tools and give them the information they need to have a better life in the United States. Really, that's really what drives me all the time. So as I said, I'm lucky that that's part of what I do every single day with work. But besides that, is at 5 o'clock my work finish? No, it's all the time when I meet people, Latino kids, Latino young families, younger Latino families. That's what I try to tell them. Oh, you have this, what you need that. Like trying to have a conversation. So if I can provide information or tools for them, I definitely will do it no matter what.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. It was great talking to you.
And that's our interview today. So with that, let's pass it to the weatherman now.
Peter, we don't have a weatherman. We're in the basement.
Oh.
This is two people show news, and we don't have any weatherman. We don't know if it's raining, shiny outside. So let's pretend it's raining, and that's why we're here, right?
Fine. Let's pretend it's raining. I completely agree. So I just want to thank you for doing this interview. It's honestly been an honor on my end to meet you today.
Thank you, Peter, and thank you to GFR. It's been really such a nice opportunity to talk a little bit about my life, my work, and I hope with this interview we can inspire these Latino kids into sports and into having a better life in this amazing country.
And if you like this episode and the other episodes, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. So thank you guys very much. My line is take care. Do you have a closing line?
I'm just gonna say ciao ciao.
So take care and
Adios.